So I want to share with you something that a friend of mine said the other day. He said his perspective is on a long enough timeline, you can beat anyone at anything. On a long enough timeline, you can beat anyone at anything. Here's the bad news. I told him the same thing. Here's the bad news. That's not true. It's not true. Here's the silver lining. If you repeat that to yourself though, and act as if it's true, the people that you will surpass in your journey to financial freedom or whatever it is that you're pursuing or that you're moving towards will look at you and they'll ask you, what are you doing? What is it that you were born with that I don't have? You have this insatiable drive and this determination that failure is not an option. And I tell them, look, my drive and my determination, that it's a mindset that I choose to have for myself. And I believed at an early age that I was destined for great things. I tracked my milestones throughout my life, and whether it was financial, spiritual, or physical, everything was moving up and to the right for me. And it's not to say that I never had a slip or a setback. Of course I did. But I never let those setbacks affect my determination or my commitment to succeed in whatever it was that I was pursuing. And I would also like to set the record straight that I didn't grow up in a household where everyone gets a ribbon or everyone gets a trophy for participation. My parents were the type that would roll their eyes at those sort of bullshit competitions where that are out there today, where some people in our society, they're afraid to say, hey, look, you didn't win, you lost today. And make no mistake about it, losing is part of winning. And that's what I don't understand with some of these parents. And I'm gonna say it again, losing is part of winning. And it's moments where people failure, it's in those moments, whether it's kids or adults, that should be the message. That should be the takeaway from any of those types of experience. Losing has nothing to do with you being a failure. In fact, take it and look at the other way. Learn to lose with grace and humility, and that should be your first takeaway lesson from failure. It sure as hell shouldn't be this self-reflection that for some reason you're less than or you're not capable. Look, you just need to learn from those mistakes. Was losing the outcome that I was looking for? Of course not. Did I learn something as a result of losing? I hope so, right? I mean, I hope so. I hope that when I did something and the outcome was not as I was hoping for, I would hope that I would reflect. And in fact, if you're the type of person that loses and you shrug your shoulder, you just simply shrug your shoulders and you never give it a second thought or any self-reflection when you have those moments of loss or failure, if you don't ever think about it and reflect, you're just going to give it to you straight. You're a fool and you're in denial, and the chances of you ever kicking ass in life are significantly reduced if you never think about some of those learning experiences. So I'm sure that my position on this is ruffling some feathers out there, but that's okay. This is my position on losing, and my position on losing is from personal experience. It's not theoretical. It's real life situations, experiences that I've gone through. And make no mistake, I'm a self-made man. I'm not some little cake eater trust baby who never had to deal with real life shit. That's not me. In fact, I have some friends who fall in that category, and both men and women, and they spend their time planning their next trip or what outfit they're going to wear for the day or what restaurant they're going to go to. You know what, parents, you did your kids no favors by setting them up for life like that. They're just not prepared. They're just not prepared to deal with real life adversity. Every time I lose, and I don't care if it's in business or in a relationship, I reflect. I ask myself, was I determined? Was I mentally and physically prepared for whatever it was that I fell short in? And the last piece of this puzzle is understanding those shortcomings that put you in that light of failure. when I reflect on them, I just ask myself, I try not to repeat those same actions. And that, my friends, is what we call personal growth. We make a mistake, we reflect on it, we look back, we learn from it, equals personal growth. You need to look failure in the eye every time that you fail and be determined that you're going to take something away from it and grow from it and try not to carry it forward in future life experiences. So this, my friends, is my position on failure, on my perspective on it. Failing is okay. And lastly, I'll just tell you that I have probably 100 friends who have a net worth north of $50 million. And everyone will tell you that failure is very prevalent in our journey to success. No question about it. I mean, and it's not like a handful of failures. We're talking about hundreds of failures in the journey to success. But every one of us will tell you that the journey of financial freedom and that journey of success and all of the beautiful life experiences that come with that journey, those are all reflected on, and those are all registered. And the shortfalls that we have, we try to learn from it and press forward. So everyone, thanks for your time today. Let's pay attention to social distancing. Let's keep that tight. And for God's sake, cover your mouth when you're coughing or sneezing, right? Man, I was at the grocery store the other day. A guy's over there sneezing his ass off, and he's just like putting like his hand like this. Dude, when you're sneezing out there today, do this, or do this. I don't care what you do, but don't do this little dainty little half cover up. Freaking spit flying everywhere, right? You want to just go clothesline the guy. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I'm saying. I kind of wanted to be honest with you. As I'm sitting there with no gloves, no mask, ill-prepared. That's me. Anyway, if anybody's got a mask out there, you know how to get masks or gloves, I'm down, right? Instant message me, let me know where I can get them, all right? Just like 5 or 6 masks. Got a mask for Rosie, I'd take one for her too. I'll show you Rose. Let's see. Rosie, you want a mask? How do you say no to that, right? How do you say no to that little face? All right, everybody, be blessed. Ciao.